Richician. Hello YouTube, Dark Magician 84 here, profiling my September 2011 Dark Magician deck, which was around in that format, sort of on and off, because there were points where I was just changing between this deck, a Legendary Hero, and Dark Magician Hero, but this is kind of how I played it back then, even though it was for a little while. So let's just begin. Starting with 2 copies of Dark Magician itself.
Can you imagine they release a card actually called Dank Magician?
Yeah, that'd be brilliant. Anyway, 3 copies of School Dark Magician.
I would like another version of that, but for the blue eyes.
I think they do, don't they? The light version.
There's also Skilled White Magician for Buster Blader. They have blue for Gaia the Fierce Night monsters, and they have red for Archfiends, or should I say Summon Skull. And that's it. Whether they'll do any others, we don't know. Anyway, the Tricky, Oracle of the Sun, my Spellcaster Cyber Dragons, Toon Gemini Elf, because I'm running the Toon Table engine in here, 2 copies of Magical Exemplar, Breaker the Magical Warrior, which by the way is the original print. I love flexing original prints of these cards. Knights and Sorcerer, 2 Gravekeeper Spies.
I spy with my little eye, something beginning with R.
I actually don't know why I'm only playing 2 of it and not 3 plus a guard. I don't know. Maybe I just thought it would work better at the time. Then 3 copies of Apprentice Magician, 2 copies of Effect Veiler, and 1 Plague Spreader Zombie.
Spread.
And that's going to do it for monsters. On with the spells. So for the spells I have a single copy of Dark Magic Attack, a single copy of Thousand Knives, and 2 copies of Magical Dimension, and then 3 copies of Toon Table. The only problem with this is it's annoying if I hard draw the Toon Gemini Elf. So if I did change it, then I guess I'd put in a Toon Masked Sorcerer as well, just so I have more to work with, and something to banish off a lure. Then Miracle Synchro Fusion, because yeah, I'm running Supreme Arcanite Magician as well as Spellcaster Synchros. Or alternatively, I can set it, let it get popped by opponent's back row removal, so I get a draw. Speaking of drawing, there's a Lure of Darkness, and then the Spell Trinity from back then: Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, and Monster Reborn.
I thought you were talking about the movie then, where Neil was trading in.
2 copies of Duality, Book of Moon, and just 1 MST, even though it was at 3 back then. And there's only 4 traps to show. Mirror Force, Torrential, Call of the Haunted, and a single copy of Fiendish Chain.
Oh God, I love Fiendish Chain with a passion.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a lame card, but not always.
What do you mean sometimes? It's not lame at all. But yeah, I only play 1 because I have 2 Veilers, so it's fine. And that's it for the entire main deck. On with the extra deck. Now starting with the only fusion I play, which is Supreme Arcanite Magician. One of the favourites.
Is that ultimate?
It is an ultimate rare, yes.
I've never seen him in ultimate before.
Even though I summoned it earlier. So
yeah, from that angle when I was sitting there, I couldn't tell.
Yeah, but I just love that card so much. Just becoming a 3/4 beat stick on summon and just allowing me to remove a spell counter to either destroy a card or draw a card is just so damn good. I love it.
Marry it then.
I mean, I'm already going to be marrying Emma, so that's not happening. Synchros. Trish. The only level 9. 8s consist of Red Dragon Archfiend, Colossal Fighter.
That's probably one of my other favourite synchro monsters in the entire game, Colossal Fighter.
And here's my top favourite, Stardust Dragon. Fort Ruler Archfiend.
And he's one of my favourites as well.
Do you know my favourite synchro?
What's that?
Come on. If you don't
Give
remember...
me the names, the first letter.
No! Because then it would give it away straight away. If you don't know it, you're not a true friend.
Ooh, a friend.
Shall I tell you the effect? You nick the card.
Go your Guardian.
Yeah. That's why I didn't want to give it a name or the effect, because you pin it straight away.
Well, unfortunately, Go Your Guardian's not in this deck because it was banned at the time.
Just because it kept nicking. Once you destroy the monster, you literally nick it and it comes to your side of the field. All the time.
Yeah, shame. That's my second favourite synchro. Anyway, level 7s consist of 2 copies of original Arcanite Magician and Black Rose Dragon.
And my very first ever Black Rose Dragon I got was a fucking Ghost Rare.
Nice.
And that was from the packet back in the day.
Fuck off. Fuck off. Do you remember when I had a secret Ghost Rare and it got I had a secret Ghost Rare of fucking Stardust Dragon and it got fucking drenched in the rain? When I put it in fucking 7 separate bags, all putting it in different sides, and it still managed to get wet.
That is right.
And funny thing is, all my expensive cards got wet, yeah, but my DS that was in my bag was perfectly fine.
The only survivor.
Yeah.
He lost a lot of cards in the rain.
When we used to have the tournament in the pub, in the club.
Ah, yeah, those were the days. My 6s consist of 2 copies of Tempest Magician and Brianak.
Yeah, that was one of the cards that got destroyed with Christian in the rain back then.
I had a secret rare of that one as well.
Feels rough. And there are only 2 Xyz monsters in here, one of which is number 39 Utopia, my favourite number, and the Steel Swarm Roach.
I thought you hate cockroaches.
Not this roach. This roach is pretty based.
I remember the roaches when
Based on
before
these
we deleted our
nuts.
videos Resident Evil 2 in the morgue. You got scared the shit from the roaches there.
I forgot about that until you mentioned that. Like, that was fun.
I opened it up because I thought there would be something in there for like a key or something because I had to find one. So I went and looked all through them all, opened it, and when I saw his reaction, oh!
The stupid thing is, though, even after the next few times I watched that bit, I was
It got you
expecting
again.
it, and I still jumped.
Not as bad as what fucking Nemesis did in my video. Literally, as soon as I walked underneath that phone, it was literally charging straight at me.
And there were those giant parasites, which made me scream. I was like, oh!
I wonder how Richie's going to feel about the new Resident Evil.
What, the remake of 4?
Mm.
I mean, I played it briefly last time I was here.
I've completed it twice.
I only completed it once.
I haven't completed it at all because I don't have it.
He might get it.
But it's a bit of a shame they've literally cut out quite a lot of content. You know, in the old one where you have to go to these cages and you have to try to get run away from the big ugly thing.
Yeah, I
think
know
so.
which one you're on about.
They call it a fin, is where you have to try to get away from a segment and each segment drops out as soon as you get to the other end.
Well, anyway, that's the profile. Hope you enjoyed. And Now I can move on to my other pass for that deck. So next one I plan to show will be another classic, March 2012 Dark Magician Hero. Keep your eyes peeled for that. Thanks for watching. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the Dark Richician YouTube channel.